Let's get the issue of mainlanders out of the way first. In Hong Kong, we have something called the floodgates policy. We're only 7.2 million people in this town. There's only 6 million people when I moved here 27 years ago. So the population is growing considerably. Now, of those 7.2 million, there are, as you know, 1.2 billion north of the boundary, a large amount of whom, if you will, would like to come to Hong Kong. Now, clearly, we can't accommodate large numbers of mainlanders taking up residence here. So if you're a mainlander and you want to participate in the program to get a business investment visa, you need to satisfy one of two conditions first. The first is that you need to have lived outside of China for a minimum of 12 continuous months immediately prior to making your application for a business investment visa. If you can satisfy that precondition, then you will be treated on an application just like every other foreign national would be. Alternatively, if you own PR from a third country, you can also make an application to the Immigration Department for a business investment visa. Now, when the policy for PR came into play, the expectation of the Immigration Department was that effectively, if you have lived in Canada, in the US and got yourself a green card, or you lived in Canada or Australia previously, sufficient to the extent that you've secured permanent residency there, then because the floodgates policy, it would be okay for you to make an application to come and live here because you've done your time overseas previously to the extent that you could acquire permanent residency there. However, some very enterprising people decided, probably a dozen years or so ago, that it may be possible to use the vestiges of some immigration programs that existed prior to the handover, when there was a great deal of fear in Hong Kong about the future, such that certain African countries put on their books the opportunity for people to literally buy permanent residency. And the favourite jurisdiction of these was Gambia. And most mainlanders that want to come to Hong Kong come under the 10 million Hong Kong dollar program, the Capital Investment Entrance Scheme. And firstly, they go to Gambia and they get PR in the Gambia, and then that makes them, on the face of it, eligible for consideration under the Capital Investment Entrance Scheme. And the question's begged, well, if you're a mainlander and you do that under the $10 million program, can you also use Gambia under the business investment visa program? Because as you'll see, the investment required under the business investment visa is marginal compared to the 10 million Hong Kong dollars that's required under the Capital Investment Entrance Scheme. And so certain people have made applications in the past for business investment visas using Gambia as the PR mechanism for mainlanders. And what they don't realize is that the Immigration Department, because they've got the ultimate discretion, they will say, well, you're eligible to apply for a business investment visa if you're in the mainland and you've spent 150,000 Hong Kong dollars buying a PR in the Gambia. But they look at the business plans in such great detail that if you effectively put any less than 10 million Hong Kong dollars into your business, you're going to get denied. So they may as well have done the Capital Investment Entrance Scheme in the first place. But that's the pathway for mainlanders. It doesn't apply to other foreign nationals, but it's important to get that out there.